Hello there, Susan Burke from Legal RSS. This is the Series 2 in our Digital Marketing and Business Development for Lawyers. This particular episode is about websites that work and the tips that you need to get your fully functioning website up and running and delivering traffic for your business. You really need a web presence. There is no doubt about it. Nowadays, everybody searches for things online, reaches for their phone, just automatically search for things and then follow up. And if your website is not found, they simply won't know where else to go to look out for you. So if you think about how often you use your phone or your desktop to search for things online and how seamless and smooth it is, then you know that you need to have your website up there in the same way. So the days when you could make a website, put it up there and forget all about it are gone. A website is your online real estate. It is where you can showcase your business to the world, and you need to have a very active presence and be dynamic and be proud of it. So very often when I'm researching developments and webinars like this, I find, solicitors have websites made since 2013, 2014, and they've never looked at them since. They've never upgraded them, they've never put any information on them, and they are basically just sitting there getting dusty, if you like, in the digital way and not gaining any traction. A web presence is a very positive way to drive traffic to your business. And we're going to look at the key factors now. So here's 5 tips that you really need to make your website dynamic and delivering traffic for your business. First of all, you need to look professional. So, a couple of really good photographs of the firm, a couple of photographs of, the in-house team, where your firm is located are always a good idea. And it's always a good idea to put in something that is professional, but maybe just a little bit more outside the box and eye-catching. So remember that most people have a very low tolerance for scanning and for looking at stuff. They have very short attention span, and you need to attract their attention as quick as you can and hold on to it. So try and look professional, but also a little bit quirky or a little bit different. Don't just go for this staid office photograph whereby there you are with all the books behind you and the classic sort of, law library look. Go and try and do something a little bit more different, a little bit more personal to your firm. You need to attract clients. So when clients Google something, they want an answer. So again, I'd ask you to ask yourselves, when you search for something, how seamless is that navigation from you searching for that term to finding the answer to taking an action? And you need to look at your website and deliver that in the same way. So in order to attract clients, you have to deliver information that they're looking for. So again, put everyday thoughts into practice. So when a client comes in to buy a house from you, what are the first 5 things they ask you? Well, turn them into a frequently asked question, a Q&A if you like, and put that information on your website. Now, the next person that Googles that information will be delivered to your site so that they can find out the same information that person asked you. Most clients ask the same basic 5 questions initially in their consultation. And if you put those questions and answers on your website, then when they search for them, they'll be directed to your business. And by delivering info like that, it builds trust. People know then that you are knowledgeable, that you have empathy for them, that you understand their issue, and most importantly, you have a solution. Because when people Google things, they invariably have a problem. And what are they looking for? They're looking for a solution. So I would urge you to consider how you use the internet and how you use the web to find what you want. Then go and do that in relation to your own business and your own firm. Now, the thing about Google is it is definitely location based. So if somebody in Monaghan or somebody in Gloucestershire or somebody in Surrey or somebody in, Coventry or somebody in Donegal or wherever you are in the UK, Ireland or in the world globally, if somebody is searching for something, they will be given the nearest person of that location on Google. They're not going to give you somebody in Timbuktu if you're searching for something in relation to Irish or UK or USA law. So think about that and make sure that your website portrays that information and that the navigation from searching for that through to finding the correct page is very simple and direct. And you need to show empathy. It is incredibly important nowadays in this world of automation and AI, artificial intelligence and spider bots and robots and all sorts of call answering and call delivering services, that you deal with people on a one-to-one, person-to-person basis. And solicitors and lawyers are very good at building up that empathy and that understanding in their professional world. And it's really important if you could try and portray that online also, so that you get that sort of trust and that kind of nice feeling when you're dealing with somebody, that you're not just a very professional website with no great connectivity between you and your clients. So think about that too. The next thing is you have to bear in mind that clients are searching for answers 24 hours a day. So if you get an email in first thing in the morning and you look at it, see what time it was sent at. Very often people are sitting on their laptop at night, iPad on their knee, watching television, double jobbing, double multitasking, and they're searching for something while everything else is going on. And then they whack out an email to your firm and you need to be ready to answer that. So be aware that when people search, they're looking for answers. And most of the times they're searching for something that's a problem and that you are the solution solver. And your website has to portray that, and it has to give answers in that format. So it's like, what are the 5 things I need to know if I'm buying a house? How do I go about getting a mediation session? How do I go about, doing a lease, a commercial lease for a new premises I want to rent? They're the things people are Googling, searching for, and you have to have the answers. And of course, you need to be found. So again, looking and researching websites in the legal profession, a lot of people never update the site. So if you don't update the site, it won't come up the rankings at all. No matter how much you pay for it, it still won't deliver if you haven't got information on it. So you need to be found. And to do that, you need to put current, relevant, valuable and relatable information on your website for your clients. And then being found is just the first step. Yes, great. Somebody sat at their laptop, Googled for something, found you, and they're delighted. But then the answer isn't on your site. So you have to consider that. What are they searching for? Have you got the answer? So being found is the first step, but then following up on that and turning that person into a client is your ability and your professional appeal, and also what you've got on your site that is the answer they're looking for. So your website, just reiterate this again, is your web window to the world. It is your online real estate. It is your shop front. But as I said again last week in the previous video, if you don't change that shop front, it won't get any reaction. So for everything you do, you'll get a reaction. So like if you had the shop window and you put new clothes in it in January and you never changed it for the rest of the year, and a lot of you haven't changed your websites for more than 1 year, then you're not going to get new traffic. So it's all about driving traffic to your website by delivering valuable, relatable and interesting information for your clients. And that will lift the whole presence of your business. After you've got your website lined up, and we'll be doing these in follow-up videos if you care to watch out for them on a Friday, after you've got that done, then you need to look at your full digital presence, your entire business development online. And by doing that, you have maybe LinkedIn, you'll have some Facebook business page, you'll have a Twitter feed, and you can have an Instagram feed, which is a great way now to portray other aspects of your personality and your business's personality rather than just straightforward law. So the whole digital presence needs to be explored, and it needs to be all coordinated and driving traffic back to your website at all times. You are enough. Your knowledge is enough. And don't be afraid to step outside and portray who you are. And very often solicitors are quite introvert. They tend to enjoy, working with their files and, going to court and sort of staying behind. And then they can have on a lovely big front presence if they're doing court work. But your knowledge is enough. And the information you've got is more than enough. And most of the public are very happy to relate very closely with their local solicitor or local lawyer. So you need to portray that and build trust for yourself. So again, your website is a great way to do this, and your social media accounts. You can showcase what you do. You might win a very big personal injury. You might have very nice medical negligence. You could have completed a fantastic conveyance. You could have been very satisfactory mediation in 2 commercial litigation scenarios where you mediated and got very successful resolution. Build trust that way by actually portraying that information on your website and building up a rapport with your clients and the type of clientele you want to get for the future. Then analyse what works and what doesn't. Google Analytics is your best friend. All websites should have Google Analytics on it, and you should look at it and review it. You're able to see what pages were reviewed. You're able to see where they went from that page to the next page. Did they call you? What pages are getting the most traffic? So what's working in your business? What isn't working? Very important to do qualitative and quantitative data follow-up analysis and research on that. And that's a very key part of driving your business development in the future. And then you need to build a web presence that impacts your business. So sit down and decide, draw up a plan. What aspect of your business do you want to really focus on? What aspect of your legal business are you the knowledgeable person in? And what builds up the most clientele? Work on that. Build a presence that will impact your business by consistently delivering relevant, relatable, and valuable information for your clients. So I'm Susan Burke. We're Legal RSS. We deliver business development and marketing for lawyers. We run a content management system whereby we create content for solicitors daily, and it's automatically uploaded to their website and their social media accounts. If you need any advice, please do not hesitate to get in touch, and stay with us on Fridays for our following up marketing videos over the next couple of weeks. Thank you for listening.